Welcome to Intuition Unlocked, the podcast empowering empathic women who feel misunderstood, overwhelmed, or disconnected from their intuition, begin to trust their sensitivities, find inner clarity, and show up with embodied, unstoppable confidence in their daily lives. I am your host, Olivia Ashley, an empath and intuitive, and I am so happy you're here. Hello, friends, and welcome to another week. I'm Olivia, an empath and intuitive guide, and I am here to help you feel empowered and tuned in with the energy of the week. So if you are listening, then there is something here for you. I channel this energy in episode specifically for those listening to Intuition Unlocked, so know there is a message for you and your life in here. As always, take what resonates, leave the rest. And I am so happy you're here. I hope this helps you to feel empowered and to get a sense of what you can focus on to just feel ready and like you are stepping through your week with the confidence and the intuitive insight that you need. Okay, let's get into this week of October 14th through the 20th. So that is Monday through Sunday, because my week starts on a Monday and I see Sunday as like my last day of the week, if you're wondering. The energy theme of this week feels playful. So I keep seeing the monkey, and I am in the Chinese New Year, a monkey sign, and it just feels fun. It feels like creative, that we can really drop in and lead with a sense of clarity, of groundedness, of really embodiment that sometimes we don't always feel into, or we aren't willing to do so as adults. We lose that childlike sense. And I feel like those who really resonate with monkey or feel that way or are better at bringing in playfulness are able to kind of be more creative and move through their days with a little more ease and openness than those who aren't. So see how you can bring in some of that playfulness. What does that make you think of? Where are you holding on to things tightly? And how can you start to relax, smile a little, laugh a little, let it brush off your back? Life isn't as hard as we make it, right? We can face hard things, we can move through hard things, but we can release and relax and bring a little bit more joy. So that's the big message and theme of this week. Also coupled with, there is a sense of foresight. So things may be dropping in and we need to be listening and taking note. So I'm feeling that messages around your purpose, your path, next steps, maybe even a breakthrough might come through. And I'm thinking that this is tied to the full moon that is coming up on Thursday, October 17th. So this is a supermoon in Aries. And what a supermoon is, it means that the moon is at the point in its orbit that's within 90% of its closest approach to Earth. And this supermoon is actually going to be the closest supermoon all year. So the energy feels big. It feels like it's going to influence us. And with it being in Aries, it tends to bring a sense of courage, of action, of fieriness, maybe even moving forward. Hence, I'm thinking that's where this and feeling that's where this breakthrough, these messages might be coming through, because it feels like it's a reset. It's this new beginnings, new ideas, and we feel confident. I think that's that monkey, that playful. We're taking it with like an, oh, okay, that feels good. I'm not going to overthink this. I'm going to just let this settle in and then go forward in whatever makes sense. So with the support of this moon, this week's energy is really bringing in this invitation of joy and to continue doing the integration work that we had last week, okay? So if you listened to last week, it was a lot of emotionality, nurturing, supporting yourself. I still feel that coming through, but now I'm sensing this touch of magic. So when I went into the records, it really felt sparkly, it felt joyful, like magical. And I think with it being October and fall, a lot of us really tap into that. I think of Harry Potter or Hocus Pocus and that magical spirit that truly, to me, really means like childlike joy, uplifted spirits, happiness, giddiness, rituals, routines, family, nature, getting creative and connecting with the great beyond. So there is this big request to invite play and joy. And I feel like there's going to be opportunities coming more easily to you to bring this in this week. A big message was don't overthink this though. I feels there's a heaviness in the collective. Obviously, there's so much going on and it's pulling and exhausting and just discombobulating our energy quite a bit. So we are sensitive beings. You know that if you're here, and you may be feeling a bit more tired or anxious or down this week. So I really get a sense of feel your feelings, find a moment to ground, reset, and laugh, okay? Like, oh, this is awful. This is sad. This is hard. But okay, what can I do now? This doesn't have to color my whole life. How can I support? How can I be helpful? And then go from there. So, what do you need to know? You need to know to take it slow. Again, that integration's coming up. Emotions feel heightened, possibly like across the whole spectrum from heavy to really light. And so, supporting yourself and your emotional and physical body, taking some extra care to reflect, to work out, to move through these big times, these big energy and big changes. Okay. It is purposeful. Note that. It doesn't mean that it's always going to feel good or things aren't falling apart. But again, I'm just getting this big sense of endings and new beginnings this week. There are things needing to be let go so new opportunities can come through. That Aries energy, that newness, that really, it just feels like it's a time to go forward, flow forward, and remember that lightheartedness and play. So what can you focus on? You. You can focus on you. You are the macro and the micro, and right now you need tending, nurturing, and care. So nurture yourself this week, nourish yourself this week, and be a bit more intentional with your choices because it feels like you may often fall into the easy route. That convenience is like, oh, I can just grab that and that's going to be good, but it doesn't fuel you or really fill you the way you need and deserve. So notice where you might opt for a quick fix or a band-aid, and how can you start to take a little extra time and attention to properly care for you. So this could look like making a homemade meal versus eating out, maybe going to the salon for the haircut you keep putting off. Maybe it's picking up and putting away the laundry that's been sitting on the floor for too long and just stresses you out every time you go by. Or maybe taking a bath with candles and Epsom salts versus quickly showering so you can get back to all the other things you need to do. So love on you. You are deserving of it, and the energy is supporting you right now. How can you work with this energy even more? Be present, be purposeful, be playful. This is not in every moment, but it's going to be your daily reminder this week, and notice the subtle energy shift that it will bring to you. Spirit is, again, this is like the third time they said this, really wanting to remind you that life is hard. It can feel heavy. It can feel exhausting. And yet with this subtle mindset shift and the choice to be present, to feel purposeful, gratitude, and be playful, you begin to lighten. Your vibe lifts. You choose things a little differently. The way you speak, you hold yourself, you dress yourself, you care for yourself starts to change. And if you're feeling like you're just stuck, take a moment to think of something that just brings you absolute joy, or that's something that's just hilarious. So maybe it's a puppy, your child being silly or saying something silly, your first date with your partner, or a favorite place in nature. Find little ways to lift your spirits, even if it's like you have to kind of force yourself to get there. And secondly, to support you with getting the messages that really want to come through this week, I want you to, as much as you can, hopefully every day, think of the word ask, okay? Just ask, because what that's going to ignite in you and remind you is you're going to ask spirit or your guides or your highest self or whomever you pray and reach toward, what do I need to know today? And then see what comes through. Maybe you hear something right away or feel something, or maybe you get a song later in the day or a message through a friend that you just know was meant for you. These things that come through, you can often sense it and feel it, and you will just know. So there's things that are here for you and are meant for you. Release expectation, just play with it, and have fun. Be light, support yourself. Okay, friends, this week feels supportive, insightful, and playful. Lean into it. Don't let yourself be bothered. A lot of this play is going to help you move beyond obstacles, get into a sense of like, I've got this, we can do this, I am doing it. How do I take care of me so I can continue to show up and enjoy this life, bring joy to this life? So find yourself a touch of magic, bring a laugh to yourself, to your family, and take time for you to fill up your cup. Spirit is wanting to connect, so remember to ask and listen. Keep it simple, fun, and I'd love to hear what comes up for you this week. Okay, have a great week. I'll be back with a new episode on Wednesday, and I am wishing you a magic, supportive, fun-filled week. Thank you for joining me on Intuition Unlocked. If you enjoyed this episode, be sure to subscribe so you never miss a moment of insight, guidance, or intuitive inspiration. To dive deeper into our community and get access to exclusive content, head to my website at www.olivia-ashley.com and subscribe to my newsletter. You can also connect with me on Instagram at wildlyolivia for daily inspiration and updates. Remember, your intuition is your superpower. Trust it, nurture it, and let it guide you. Until next time, I'm Olivia Ashley, and I can't wait to connect with you again.